From Million Dollar Baby in a hospital room.
Thought I'd get you a wheelchair, maybe the kind that operates by blowing through a straw. I thought maybe you'd like to go back to school.
He looks at an unsmiling young white woman in the bed, a tracheostomy tube in her neck. She grimaces.
I got a favor to ask you, Bob.
Older and white, he frowns, reading glasses perched on his nose.
Sure.
Removes his glasses.
Anything you want.
He's sitting on the edge of her bed.
Remember what my daddy did for Axel?
They stare at each other, hardly blinking.
Don't even think about that.
Her grimace fades slightly. Now Karina addresses the camera.
When I watched Million Dollar Baby for the first time, long before I became disabled and ever even thought about proper representation, I thought, wow, what a touching movie.
Animated Logo, a megaphone blasting Props No More, presents Bad Disability Representation in Media, Episode 2, Million Dollar Baby.
Does it hurt much?
An older black man visits her at the hospital.
Don't hurt at all.
Breathing tubes course through a hole in a rigid neck brace.
Into my spinal cord, so broke I'll never be able to fix it.
Barely opens her mouth as she talks. He lowers his gaze, then his head.
Gonna be frozen like this the rest of my life.
Her eyes are closed.
Hi, my name is Karina and I'm the director of Props No More. I'm a white woman with some tattoos, a pixie cut, and I'm wearing a bright red dress on a very ugly green background. Million Dollar Baby is about a young woman. Her name is Maggie, and she becomes a professional boxer. She actually climbs through the ranks like nothing and is really on top of her game. And then unfortunately during one fight she has a pretty bad accident and falls with her head or with her neck on a chair and breaks her spine. So from that on, she is paralyzed from the neck down.
The older white man smiling at a packed boxing match. A brown-skinned female boxer kneels at the ropes. The woman from before, bouncing in the ring, a bloody eye, then turns away, a stool placed in the corner. The first woman lunges. Punched in the temple, the white woman stumbles forward, falling in slow motion. The man tries to reach the stool, but can't. Her neck folding over the stool's seat. He stares up at her.
So far, so good. But the ending of the film is her asking her trainer to help her end her life. And the framing is she's ending her life because it's not worth living with a disability, because it's endless suffering. Back then I thought this was such a nice ending because it ends her endless suffering, right? And living with a disability is horrible. That's basically how we are all socialized in this very ableist society. Let's take a closer look at this particular stereotype and why this is so extremely harmful. Million Dollar Baby is a classic example of the better off dead frame. It's basically the disabled person is portrayed as burdensome to other people, as not worth living because of the disability. Their life is portrayed as this never-ending suffering without any joy. And so obviously it's better if we just kill them off in movies. And there are many movies that use the same framing.
The two men who'd visited her.
Because of you, Maggie got her a shot.
The white man's gaze averted.
If she dies today, you know what her last thought would be?
Now he looks up.
I think I did all right.
Meets his eye a brief moment, then shifts uncomfortably. The black man nods.
I know I could rest with that.
Again looks up, then away.
There were no disabled people involved in the storyline, and also the actress was non-disabled. Most of the times when that happens, that there is no disabled person involved, the framing is always a very medicalized frame of disability. Maggie as a character becomes a symbol of suffering. And at that point her story kinda ends, she loses her whole personality and there is no other story arc.
In the hospital bed, a single tear rolls down Maggie's cheek. The white man has pressed a button on a monitor, then reaches for the breathing tube, disconnects it. Gently lays the end of the tube on her collarbone and withdraws his hands. He rifles through a duffel bag in the dark. Uncaps a syringe and inserts it into a small glass vial. Pulls back the plunger to fill the syringe. She wears a small gold cross pendant on a delicate necklace. The front of her neck pulses below the trach. He inserts the syringe into her IV line, pushes the plunger.
He gave her a single shot. It was enough adrenaline to do the job a few times over. He didn't want her going through this again.
All lines on the monitor go from steady peaks to flat.
Her trainer is portrayed as this noble man that helps this poor woman end her really useless life. And then her death is portrayed as salvation.
Now that is crap.
A smiling cartoon turd now frowns.
Now, you might argue that maybe if boxing was her whole life and there was literally nothing else she enjoys, that you understand her choice for assisted suicide. Not a bad argument, but it also kind of lacks the factor that this might be a depression and then she needs mental health support, because most disabled people that get disabled later in life, they lose a lot. They have to give up on a lot of things they love and they need to find new stuff that they can still enjoy. And that is possible, at least with some support. So in the end, $1 Million Baby sends a very, very bad message, because it says it's not worth living when you have a disability. And that's very harmful for disabled people. This leads to the reinforcement of real-world biases that in the end have the consequence that people with disabilities are denied basic autonomy. Here at Props No More, we try to shift that very stereotypical narrative and actually teach people how to properly and authentically represent disabled people in media. So if you want to support us, share our content, follow us, or if you can, donate to Gadim. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one.
Animated logo, a megaphone blasting Props No More, disabled creators tearing down barriers. Thank you for watching. Props No More is proudly presented by Gadim, Instagram and Facebook at Props No More Film, and TikTok at Props No More. Bright purple lines animate across the screen.